Another hot one here in the Tennessee Valleys, capped off by a hot weekend. Meteorologist Clay Smith is standing by to break it all down for us. Clay, stark contrast, I would say, from Monday morning to this morning, yeah?
Yeah, definitely, Paul. As we take a look outside, temperatures are fairly comfortable, but of course, as we were making our way out the door earlier this week, the humidity was just about unbearable. But at least as we're heading out, it feels pretty nice out there. Mid-60s area-wide, except for Chattanooga. We're still hanging on to that 71-degree reading, but overall, not a bad morning to get out and about if you're heading out early for work. But later on, as we get into your afternoon, we're talking 98 in Chattanooga. So this is really the first day of the extreme heat here across the Tennessee Valley. Now, fortunately, the humidity going to be somewhat manageable today, but it's still going to be hot. Lower 90s, even into Blue Ridge and Murphy, 96 in Calhoun. Dew points generally going to be in the 60s, so at least we're not bumping it up back to the 70s. That's to come as we move into next week, but for now, the humidity, again, going to remain somewhat manageable. As for your satellite and radar, all is clear here across the Tennessee Valley. We need the rain, but unfortunately, at least in the short term, we're not going to get any active weather. All of the activity is going to be along this low pressure into the Carolinas, Virginia, and portions of South Georgia. But as for your next 7 days, that heat and humidity starts to build. Of course, we're talking triple-digit heat Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But notice how the heat index slowly starts to climb. And by the middle of next week, it could feel like 105 to potentially 110 degrees. So heat advisories could be on the way early next week as this heat dome continues to expand. Again, we have these very stagnant air masses sometimes develop during the summer times as the jet stream starts to push to the north. And as this heat rises, it also gets pushed back down during the day as this high pressure continues to sit up shop over the Tennessee Valley. And as that air is pushed back down from the high pressure, it compresses and heats up even more. And that's what we're going to see early next week. But now we're starting to see signs that the pattern could start to change towards the end of the month. Yes, those blues indicate the potential for at least below average temperatures, which could indicate somewhat cooler weather coming back to the Tennessee Valley. So we're watching the end of the month very closely now because we definitely would love to see some below normal temperatures. Haven't had that in seems like months now. So that could be a good sign coming our way. As for your futurecast today, notice all the active weather staying near this low pressure on the East Coast. We're going to stay dry here across the Tennessee Valley through the weekend. It is going to be hot each day. Now, as we go into Saturday, there could be some high elevation pop-ups, but here in the valley, we're going to stay dry underneath this high pressure. And then going forward into your Sunday, things remain calm here across the Tennessee Valley. But as we move into the middle of next week, again, the pattern could be shifting a little bit. Tuesday, most of the scattered storms stay to our south, but notice what happens as we go into your Wednesday afternoon and evening. Scattered storms return to the Tennessee Valley, and that'll be the trend for much of next week. Notice as we go into your Thursday, more scattered storms, and Friday, wouldn't you know it, more scattered storms possible. So as we go into your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that's when we're going to have those rain chances return, and we need it. Drought monitors still showing those severe dry conditions across portions of the Tennessee Valley. So this drought is sticking around. At least we have somewhat of relief coming our way moving into the middle of next week. Still not a ton of rain. We need widespread showers, not necessarily pop-up storms, but at least the next 7 days, we're now seeing an upward trend in our rainfall projections, upwards of 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch, which isn't going to do much for the drought, but it will help things at least a little bit. As for today, 98, mostly sunny and hot. For your next 7, it is going to be hot here across the Tennessee Valley. Heat safety precautions going to be important moving into early next week as we push well into the triple digits, Paul.